Pisces, thank you so much for stopping by. So I am here to do your love reading. This is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So I just got this vision of somebody kind of unbuttoning their shirt, but they were showing it in a way of like opening up, like being more vulnerable. And so we do have the Nine of Wands here at the bottom, which does talk about somebody who's kind of guarded, or they can be guarded. So this may have something to do, this could just be a side note, or maybe this will be what this reading's about. Somebody here who may need to open up a little bit more, maybe you, maybe someone around you, is something coming through. And they're actually telling me because of an offer I'm hearing. So it could be because of something which is going to come in, so some kind of offer, and maybe, with the scarecrow here, there's some kind of fear that somebody has about this, or when it comes in, whatever this is, I don't know yet, but it's going to require kind of like an open level of vulnerability. But let's see what else we have here. So let's get the cards out. What do you want to talk about, Spirit? Tell us a little bit more. Yeah, but they keep bringing up something about like a past wound in which there's been a lack of vulnerability, or somebody's had a hard time with that. So again, let's see how this connects. We have the Chariot, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have here the Strength card. Yeah, this is a message definitely for the viewers of this reading. You are coming up as the Queen of Swords. You don't have to be an air sign. You could be, but you don't have to be. But this feels like something where there's a lot of things. Okay, so there's a few things coming up here. First of all, I do feel like the same message that just came up, that there's an opportunity here to maybe open your heart, and we'll see more about that. And I feel like this could be coming in very soon, or there could be a movement into a direction which is going to require somebody here, for you, the viewer, to kind of keep your heart open. And I'm getting this message here that you may not see this coming, whatever this is, because there's two different kind of energies coming up. The other energy is connected to somebody who I feel is connected to you. And I keep getting this like upcoming event. Okay, so for some of you watching, there could be an upcoming event, upcoming rendezvous, conversation, something which I feel is on the horizon. Others of you may have already had this. So it could be that you've reconnected with somebody. It could be that you're, in a relationship with somebody. Whatever it is though, it feels like there's something where there's almost a battle between these two people to let their guard down. So it feels like it is almost like there's an uncomfortable sensation in the solar plexus area of like wanting to open up, but we're having a hard time, or wanting to be vulnerable or to be open, but there's like a closed off energy, or frustration, or stubbornness. So, we'll get more into it, but I do feel for some of you, this could be a message about a particular relationship, or possibly an interaction between you and a person, now or upcoming. But if it's not that, it also just could be a pattern within self. Because I do feel like with the heart chakra energy here, with the Ace of Cups, I'm being drawn to the heart chakra. And it definitely connects to me to what I just mentioned about somebody being vulnerable, somebody opening their heart. I do feel for the viewers of this reading, regardless if you're dealing with somebody or not, or if you will be, it feels like there is a focus on you kind of entering into a time maybe of your life where you will have this experience, or these calls or experiences to soften your heart. I'm being drawn to how the snow is kind of here, and it's almost like it looks like it's melting, because I feel like there's something which you're going to have to sort of melt, melt your heart, or you're already in that process maybe of doing that. I'm hearing square one for some reason, going to square one. Yeah, there's a ton of different things coming up here. I'm being drawn now to say, with the Ace of Cups, there's something about forgiveness and starting from square one. Now, again, I don't know if this is about just you starting from square one, for the viewer. Maybe you're kind of going through a bit of a cleanse of your heart, forgiving people, forgiving yourself, maybe having a new beginning. This could also be, once again, connected to a person or a relationship here that I feel is maybe going to be starting from square one. I'm being shown Pluto. I know there was something about Pluto going into Aquarius. I don't know a whole lot about it, but there could be something I'm kind of getting about that. So where maybe there's been like a shift in the astrology, or there's going to be a shift here. There's just some kind of feeling of like, with the Chariot, something's about to move, and it's connected to somebody softening their heart. And this could be kind of like a phase or an evolution of self here connected to that. And they're actually showing me a card from my Christmas deck that says you don't know what you're going to get, but it's worth the chance. So that actually does kind of connect here too, to again, you know, you may not know where you're going, or you may not know, for example, if you have like this opportunity in love come in, or you have somebody coming towards you, or you have this opportunity to kind of soften your heart in many ways. You maybe don't know, you know, what that's going to be like or where that's going to go, but nonetheless, it's something that you're being encouraged to take the chance on. And this could just be a self, like I said, like a self energy. So this could manifest in a variety of ways. Maybe you just feel called to be more open in general, or maybe you feel called to just kind of like give opportunities a chance, give people friendships, love, work, even just things kind of to do with opening up here is really what this is. Let's get a little bit more though. What else do you want to talk about, Spirit, for this message? And then we'll get some more details. Yeah, so here's this figure here, or this man, you know, this is a very like sad, lonely looking energy. So there's something to where someone has definitely struggled with this feeling, and it honestly could be you and a person too, if that's relevant for you. But there's definitely something to where this Queen of Swords doesn't look like they want to open up because there's a fear that this would happen again, or someone's really been healing from this feeling of being kind of abandoned, left out. Okay, there's a specific message. It's funny how I just swapped that. There's a specific message coming up where somebody could be looking at you on social media. I don't know why that's coming up suddenly, but when I looked at this card, I was getting that feeling. So there could even be someone who feels that they're afraid to approach you because of this, you know, or there's, again, there's a lot of things coming up here. So let's get a little bit more though. Tell us more about this message, Spirit. And I'm also being drawn to say too, when I was shuffling the tea leaf cards, this card flew out when I was shuffling. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So I do feel like this actually wants to come up now too, because I'm being drawn to this the chariot here too, with the sunflower and kind of how the arrow is pointing that way as well. There is something to where you are on the right track. So whether you feel this yet, or this is something that again you're about to be called into a direction which is good for you. It's good for your heart. It's good for your soul. Yes, it could require opening up, forgiveness, being vulnerable, various things, but it is talking about the viewer. If you found this, you are on the right track. So I keep hearing Pluto, so I don't know what that is. Something with Pluto, some kind of transformation. So tell us more, Spirit, about this. What do you want to talk about? I'm hearing getting back to basics, the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So two aces are coming up here. Tell us more about this message. Yeah, now I'm hearing that song. Wow, another ace, Ace of Swords, Open Arms by Journey. And I'm hearing quite literally open your arms or open something. So definitely, again, with the Six of Wands here, this is actually with three aces to come up in the reading. Again, for a lot of you who are aligning with this reading, you just need to know right now that you are absolutely on the right path, because there's things that are about to be shown in your world in many ways. Like this is the air, this is the swords, this is fire, this is like action, spiritual, and then the cups, of course, can be love, emotion, creativity. But this Six of Wands here is somebody who's getting all the attention, somebody who's showered with blessings. So you're about to kind of enter into a time, and I think that the bottom kind of line of this message is for somebody here to know that you need to be open for this. Like you need to kind of continue to open your heart, not even just your heart, but everything, your mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit, because when all of these things start to come in, it's like it's blessings. There's blessings coming in various ways. And so They want somebody here to know that either you have been too much in this Queen of Swords, or just to be kind of prepared because things are about to, you know, crack you open in a good way, or that there's, you know, these kind of opportunities which want to give to you. And so it's almost a bit of a, like an advice, I guess you can say, coming in here from Spirit. Also, there could be that there's like a mix here coming up because there is somebody attached to you, I feel. So we'll go into that a little bit later. That could be connected to maybe one of these opportunities to where you or them also could be feeling that it's hard to be vulnerable and open. And that might be some of this message here today as well. I'm hearing enough work has been done. Yeah, so with the Queen of Swords, especially if you have been going through maybe some shadow work, or maybe whatever you've been doing, it's like enough work has been done to reach this point of the Six of Wands, which is victory, which is recognition. In this case, there's also opportunities here. There's opportunities for clarity, for passion, for purpose, for love, for new projects, for new love, for reopenings of doors. So enough work has been done. Whatever that's going to mean for you personally. For most of you, it feels like with the Chariot to be the first card, it's because we've been able to, you know, kind of like get onto this horse and things are moving now. Whatever path that you've taken, whatever you've done recently, you are on the right track. And moving forward, you're going to be continuing to align on the right track, okay? I'm being shown a leopard or a panther here for somebody, so that could be a sign for you that there's a panther or a leopard that is connecting to you and guiding you. The Knight of Wands. Wow, so much movement here. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and 3 aces. Yeah, you definitely have somebody coming towards you, and I kind of feel like with the Knight of Wands here, it could even be like a bit of an overwhelming. Let's get some more cards from a different deck to go a little bit more specific here maybe, but some of you, and yeah, when I shuffle this here too, we have kindred partnership at the bottom. So there's definitely somebody in love also with the number 1, the 1, that's a 111 could be a synchronicity too. That's about to surface for you. And I forgot what I was saying before that, but let's just see what else we have here. What else do you want to talk about, Spirit, for this reading? What do you want to add to this, and what else is coming through? Yeah, see, look, when I just divided the deck, we have a great achievement, another 1. So we have 1, 1, 1, 1, yeah, just a lot of 1s. So 11, 11, 1, 1, 1. This is just a very beautiful, like, new beginning energy. And again, I'm hearing like get back to basics again. And since there's so many like 1s and new beginnings, this could be in so many ways. Like some of you could be getting back to basics in, like I was saying, you know, love connections. You could be getting back to square one with projects you're working on, self-improvement. It's almost like something is coming full circle too with the Queen of Swords. And like Spirit was saying, enough work has been done. So maybe it's now it's time for you to receive these blessings. Planning and action. There's a lot of like feelings here of, I'm hearing around the corner. Some of you need to know that these things are very much around the corner. If you've already planned for something, it could be travel, it could be, again, projects, it could be things that you've been putting intentions into for maybe for a while now. What you need to know is that these things are around the corner. And again, I think now that I'm kind of going more into the energy, the main message here that you need to know is to be open to deserve this with that first card that we had, or the first energy about somebody who's guarded. Yeah, you may have been through a lot here too, but with this yellow dress, it feels like what you need to know is that like all these showered blessings and kind of things that are reaching you, and you've been feeling this intuitively, like you've definitely been feeling that these situations are coming in intuitively, and there's a lot of supportive people around you, even friendships, maybe people in spirit here too who are kind of guiding you, applauding you, pushing you forward. So you are deserving. Don't let any kind of fear stop you from these things at the moment. What else, Spirit, is coming up for this message here today? I'm seeing a bat Yeah, we have the fear. See, we have the fear and we have a consciousness of lack. So for me, the bat spirit can definitely be about fears as well, because it's like almost like a hanged man's energy, where our fear and ego can kind of creep in, and it's like, you know, at nighttime, the darkness, and then we kind of go through a rebirth. So I'm hearing, don't let it cloud your judgment. So with the fear and the consciousness of lack here, again, you know, with the true love, this is this woman looking in the mirror at herself. So some of you need to hear this today, that it's almost like there's a balance here between you know, again, kind of accepting these things that are about to come in. If they've probably already begun to come in though for a lot of you. Again, you may just start to feel like a surge of good energy, or you may start to feel guided to start different things, connect with new people. Maybe you're starting to feel more confident within self. And then it's almost like in the background, lurking kind of in the corner, is some kind of old energy, it feels like, with the fear and the consciousness of lack. It's not even like the focal point of this reading and where you're going, but it is something that I feel they just want somebody to know that you're kind of in like a bit of a transitional phase here, where you're halfway there, or you're kind of like, I don't know why I'm hearing things will get better. So I don't know if some of you maybe do feel in this place right now. If you do feel fearful, it's not real. It's something to where it's like it's a clouded judgment. And I don't know how that's going to connect exactly with you. If you've been like aware of this and you've been, it's like that. And I'm hearing that's why this card flew out, is because somebody needs to know, even if you've had, I don't know if you've had maybe like a step back recently, or you've had something that made you wonder or question your goals or whatever these things are that are coming in. But Spirit wants somebody to know that don't kind of like look at this or give into this, because you are on the right track, basically. I'm hearing the golden egg, and I'm seeing that card from, I think it's the, I don't know what's called exactly, the animal, something, this animal deck, the golden egg. So I don't know if that means something for somebody, the golden egg, or if you have that deck. I think it's by Kim Carnes, but I don't know the name of it, but that could mean something for you. We have a creative endeavor, yeah, and we have commitments. Yeah, a lot of you, there's a commitment coming in, but I feel like it's a variety of things. So we're going to get some specifics here, and we will go more in the extended as well, but you could even have, like, commitment doesn't have to be that you're actually signing a contract. Like, you may have, yes, there could be a commitment coming in love. There could be somebody who does want to commit to you, but you're also like kind of on a spiritual level, you're committing to some new vision, if that makes sense. And again, you know, it's like in many ways, you may be committing to a new vision in your creative abilities, in your whatever achievements that you're aiming for. It's almost like you're signing a contract with Spirit. It's almost like they're showing me somebody who, like, on a deep soul level, you've done enough work, and now, like, your soul is taking out the pen and saying, okay, I'm ready to sign up for this now. I'm ready to sign up for this higher octave of love. I'm ready to sign up for this higher relationship, this higher job, maybe whatever abundance coming in, self-love. Like, there's just many things that you're ready to elevate in your life, going from here to the commitment. And these are positive commitments. These are not like restraining commitments. These are things that feel like, it's like, are you ready kind of feeling. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Are you ready? So you may need to ask yourself, I mean, I don't think that there's because for this reading, if this is for you, like, you are ready. Even if you have doubts coming in, you're ready though. So don't let that kind of stop you, because you're already ready. Any lingering fears are not coming from a place to where you're actually on the wrong track. And that could be the trick of the mind and the ego sometimes, that like we are on the right track, but then we may doubt ourselves or think that we're not. And that's not real. That's just kind of the illusion. So you have just a lot of things coming towards you, And it's funny because I know this has been coming up for a while, but it's almost like the point in time right now is when you're actually going to like sign those contracts metaphorically or maybe literally, whatever that is, maybe a new job contract, something that you're starting. But it feels like now is kind of the time, if not very, very soon, like around the corner. It doesn't even feel like months. It just feels like now or very soon, where... And there's a side note coming up here for somebody to work with turquoise, the crystal, okay, or even the color, I don't know, wearing turquoise or invoking the color of turquoise could be healing for you. But yeah, now is definitely the time for these things to start to definitely show themselves. And for somebody specific, if you have been, again, maybe you have like an opportunity, for example, that someone has offered you a job opportunity, or you've kind of put this, you know, with the canvas here, whatever it could be, you've laid out some kind of goal, and then you have this opportunity come in, but you're kind of wondering, should you sign it or not? Should you go for it or not? Then the answer in this reading is yes with that card. You know, again, there's something that's going to be presented to you that I feel like the universe wants you to know that this is like take the pen out and sign it, even if you're not actually doing it. Again, it could just be a metaphor, but there's definitely something very strongly about that. And, I don't know why I'm seeing this. This could be very specific for somebody. I'm seeing somebody who has been on like a medication, and then they stop the medication, they throw out the medicine, and they say, I don't need it anymore. So I don't know if Spirit's just showing that in like, again, a metaphor to say that there's some kind of refreshing energy where you no longer need to rely on like crutches, you know, to, like as in maybe, I don't know, vices or addictions, or that could be literal. So maybe you're letting go of old habits or old ways, or you're becoming more holistically balanced, or there's something about medicine. But I can also see it kind of being a metaphor too, with this consciousness of lack, like if you think of like the density of this here, and like medicine being the, like, I don't know how to describe it really, but things that the ego needs in terms of like to get by, to rely on something false. You no longer need that because there's such a refreshing and rejuvenating feeling here. So this feels to be on so many levels. Like I said, you know, career, love, health, spiritual growth. And they're showing me the butterfly, and they're showing me the butterfly is flying now. And there's something about how there's action, like the butterfly is actually flying. Sometimes I see like a still butterfly, but this time the butterfly is actually flying. Yeah, so butterflies could also be symbolic for you, but this is like things are getting really real, things are getting really active, or they're about to become very much a reality, is really what this reading wants you to know as well. It's not something that you're imagining. It's not something that you're just kind of making up in your mind. Like, this is an actual reality. And now there's a message coming up here. This could branch into a different message, or this could come up later when we clarify some more specifics. There could be something again about that. I think I picked up on a person earlier, and I'm seeing we have words here. You may have an actual, you know, because this man's holding the pen and the paper, and here we have the words. Some of you, I was getting a romantic connection where you may have like a conversation. I'm hearing something about gentleness. So again, with the Queen of Swords, you may need to, I don't know, be gentle with this person or this situation. But we'll circle back to it if it comes up, because, yeah, we have the Alive card. So again, such a beautiful energy. I'm hearing you never missed out. They're showing me something about time, like timelines, and how time doesn't exist. So what you're about to see in your reality, if you haven't already, is that you never were out of time, or like you never ran out of time, if that makes sense. Like, it was nothing that you missed out on. It's almost like fear of missing out or something, or you felt that, you know, maybe, and you would know if this connects with you because you kind of know the feeling that I'm talking about. Maybe you felt like, you know, you wasted so many years healing, or not being whatever in the place that you want to be in, or not maybe you just found your purpose or you just found your passion. Nothing was a waste that you went through. There was no time. Time never existed with that. Like this, what's happening now is exactly the right time that it was supposed to. And again, for a lot of you, yeah, as I was saying, that we have fate and we have gifts. This is a really powerful reading because I feel like for a lot of you too, there's a strong message about somebody's gifts, talents, whatever it is you do, whatever you're becoming, you know, maybe more aware of now and in the coming months, that you may have a gift for this certain thing, or you may start to see that you have more creative ideas, or you feel more in tune with yourself. And so because you feel more in tune with yourself, you feel more in tune with your soul's gifts and purposes. So some of you could actually be hitting some kind of big milestone when it comes to career, when it comes to maybe even getting well known, maybe signing a big contract for somebody. That's just for some of you. But even if it's on like a smaller scale, you know, you're just having just such more recognition and things like that are coming up here. Yeah, Spirit showed me a satellite and how it's almost like you've tuned into a frequency that was like a mysterious frequency, that like a radio channel that nobody knew existed, and then you found it. And then when you found that radio channel, it's actually like a gold mine. So somehow you've been able to attune your vibration to a secret radio channel. That's kind of how they're showing it to me. And it's something that you've done obviously through your own inner work. Otherwise you would never have found that radio channel, because you can't find that radio channel if you are not on the frequency to align to that channel. I hope that makes sense. And that's definitely what they want you to know here. I'm hearing Spirit's saying keep pushing beyond the fear, keep pushing, because there's something with that there where it's not, again, it's like in the background. It's not something that's even, it could be fear just coming up within yourself. It could be people who have told you you can't achieve things, or it could be something which feels like it's just not resonant anymore with you. And Spirit just keeps wanting to say, don't kind of look back at that, or don't worry about that, because that kind of old channel of you, like you've definitely hopped this big timeline. And I believe that came up a few weeks ago too, where the collective, whoever I was tapping into, has really leaped timelines here. But now it's like you've done this so much now that you can no longer go backwards. But we do have the emotions and we have justice here. Yeah, and as I'm looking at this, I'm seeing somebody's body being bent into like a pretzel. So you may be having a tendency maybe to be there too much for other people, or there's something about, how to put this into words, there's something about this emotion, what I was just talking about with the radio frequency. You are already over here on that special radio frequency. So when people see that about you, even just energetically, this could all be happening, because I just saw the evil eye too. This could all be happening on such like a spiritual subtle level with the justice here. Those people are not going to like that you're on that high frequency, because some people, you know, or some lower energies who don't align to your great achievement could try to almost like steal your frequency, you know, like get onto your radio frequency. So they definitely want somebody here to know that you're kind of like in the middle of all these cleanses happening. So give yourself enough time as well, though, to continue to release right now with that Queen of Swords. So maybe, you know, that could be where you kind of feel back and forth sometimes, because maybe you have days where you're beginning to see all these things coming in, but then you also may have days where you're triggered by something or someone, or maybe you're just feeling very emotional, or maybe you start to feel angry, or whatever emotion it is with the Queen of Swords. It's only coming from fear, and it's coming from maybe people who have projected that onto you, or things that you're absorbing in your environment. I think this card came out too for a reading I just did a while ago or recently, where it was talking about that as well, and Spirit wanted somebody to know that the answer is yes with moving forward with your life path or whatever you feel passionate about. And this card came up to indicate that you could be absorbing, or is a similar card, it was a different deck, you could be absorbing the energies of other people. So again, that's coming up here too, because you really so much deserve this. You deserve all these things that are coming in for you. This is part of your justice. This is part of what's you know, meant to be. And it's like something where I'm just seeing somebody journaling. So again, there's something with words, something about journaling that could be a good exercise to like get things out on paper, journal about these things. I'm seeing, yeah, they keep showing me something. Some of you here watching this, I mean, you may even have some level of fame in the future. It may not be like, you know, on a huge scale or anything. It just could be something where, I don't know, they keep showing me like a megaphone and like tons of people hearing you with that Six of Wands again and the great achievement. And it's almost like you're going to be seen so much more. So as you're seen much more, you have obviously more eyes on you, more people who are going to be good, you know, like good to be around, and like people that are gifts coming in for you. But also you attract the attention of, like, you're expanded now, so other people can also latch onto you if they're not in a healthy state of being, you know. And that candle just went out, so I'm going to pause for a second and refill that candle, because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't. And then we'll get some specifics here and see what else we need to know. We'll pull a few cards for love, and then we will go into the extended, because there's a lot to look into with the different aspects of what these aces are. I think we'll kind of break down the aces as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into a little bit more here. I'm going to pull from this oracle deck, and then we're going to get some specifics. And I just grabbed the manifested oracle, because these have some great specifics on what it is exactly that you could be manifesting. And when I shuffled here, we have full recovery at the bottom. So I was seeing something about medicine, so that's probably just for somebody specific. And if it's not about like an actual, you know, and of course, you know, consult your doctor and everything like that. I'm just saying that there's something about like healing will happen, or you're recovering from physical, mental, emotional, something is coming to a full recovery, which is why these things are coming in now, and why there's this, you know, like 111 type of energy, because you're starting from scratch, you're starting from square one. So let's get a few of these, and then we'll get the tea leaf cards, and then we will go again into a few cards about love, and then we'll look specifically in the extended at some more things. So what else do you want to talk about, Spirit, for this reading? Anything that you want to add to this today? We have new beginnings, so yeah, definitely not surprised that that's come out. Yeah, and I'm just getting such a relieving feeling when I saw that new beginning. It's like there's something to where it's that relief kind of feeling, you know, when you're in those moments of your life where you don't necessarily have to, like, wow, we have the word commitment twice. I'm going to look at that, but you don't have to like push yourself, or it's just things fall naturally. The chips fall where they're supposed to. It's that kind of feeling that I feel is coming in. It's a sense of relief where, I don't know, it's just something that's very deep within too, with the answers, and we have intuition here too. Yeah. So for a lot of you, this is something that you feel, again, very much intuitively. And I'm hearing Spirit say calm or slow down to hear it. So if you do feel kind of like, again, you have those moments of fear, or maybe, I think for most of you, you've already been feeling this, but if you have a line to this reading and you just feel like maybe you're like almost there, but sometimes you feel a little bit lost, or maybe you don't know which direction to go in. If you kind of like cut the outside sources for a little bit and you really go within, there's going to be a lot of answers given to you that way. You may just need to really slow down, because I think that what I'm hearing Spirit say too is collectively, we're all beginning to follow more of our intuition and not the ego mind. And that's just part of like the collective consciousness now. So I feel like what they're pointing to is that that could be kind of the shift that I was getting in the timeline here too, where the energy that you're stepping into, the kind of lifestyle that you're stepping into, is more that you follow your heart and intuition. And that can be hard when you haven't, you know, done that before. And so you may find more of like again, like a flow, you know, it's like a river that's just flowing. And it's like a really good feeling. It's a really relieving feeling because you know that you can trust yourself. And so everything kind of falls naturally that way. Okay, we also have passion. So yeah, just a lot of confirmation here. What is this commitment that came up twice, Spirit? What is that you're talking about here? What is commitment? And I think it's already what I already mentioned, where it could be a few different things, but yeah, it's the same thing. I do feel some of you, they're showing me somebody kind of walking out of a sweat lodge. And it's funny because I did a reading, it probably was like a month or two ago now, but I was mentioning something about the sweat lodge. And now it's like whoever that reading was for, you've emerged. If you remember that reading, you've emerged now from the sweat lodge. And so now you are primed kind of for these commitments to come in. With the Queen of Pentacles here, you know, again, in the lovers, it certainly could be a love connection. And again, with the coins here, it's also work related. It's many things, but it's just like in that higher level commitment that you're signing from a soul level, like I'm ready for this now. I'm ready for these gifts now. I'm ready for these passions to come alive now. I'm ready for real love now. Just all types of things that you're ready for. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's just really, it's just a really good feeling. They're showing me somebody going on a rocket to space. We have the Hierophant and the Nine of Swords. So, wow, High Priestess. So this is something too where, yeah, for some of you watching this, you're ready for your true soul's purpose. You definitely could be a starseed, very spiritual people watching this with the Hierophant and the High Priestess. These cards also can be like a counterpart spiritually. So yeah, I will say this reading could also be that there's a very high level soul commitment that's about to come in for you, or you're about to come together with somebody who you have a very strong spiritual connection with for some of you. And it's something to where, like, you know, you've buckled up in the rocket and now it's taking off. Now the flames, like when a rocket takes off, you know, it's like all the flames behind it. So yeah, it's just such a really strong feeling here. It's a very powerful feeling, whoever this is for. You are a very powerful soul. And just know that, you know, it's almost like you can't stop the rocket from taking off, even if you have the fear about it, even if you want, not that I think that you want to, but it can be really daunting sometimes, you know, to go through a really big spiritual shift. You know, again, it could be a really strong connection that comes in, which can be scary. It could be that you begin to have many gifts come online for you. It could be psychically, it could be whatever that is. It can be that you're called to step up in the field that you're in. And that can sometimes be like, we want that, but it also comes with fear too sometimes. So whatever this is, I mean, yeah, the unicorn just flew out. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yeah, this reading is definitely for someone who's highly connected to spirit and to the stars with the rocket reference. And it's something where, again, with the intuition, you know, you have to really rely deeply right now on your intuition. And I think that, because I'm getting for some of you, what your intuition is picking up on is this higher commitment in those various ways that we said. Higher love commitment, higher career commitment, higher purpose commitment. And it's like you're consulting the divine for this, and you're getting the answers, and you're getting the yes here. Something is happening on a very deep level. And I feel like the more that you, again, kind of flow, it's almost like a road, you know, and if you stay on the right side of the road, that's your intuition. But if you kind of veer to the left side again, you go into the fear territory. So they want you to stay on the right side of the road and always trust your intuition. So even stepping into your self and your body every day and asking yourself, what do I feel? What does my intuition feel today? And just really making it a practice to trust, like, really much. I mean, of course, we need our logic too, but like trust almost mainly on your intuition for all things, because you're really ready for that increase of, like, you know, your spiritual self. So let's get these tea leaf cards. Are there any specifics that you want to talk about? So anything that you can tell the viewer about specific events, specific things that are coming in that the viewer needs to know, spirits. Ooh. So we have climbing towards success with the ladder. We have muddled, unclear thinking. So remember I was saying something about, I don't know, something about an illusion thinking. So, and it flew on top of the unicorn. So there's something that I feel, however, again, this is going to connect with you, this part. There's some area, I don't know if it's like one particular topic of your life or if it's just something which you're almost out of the woods here with it, but there's something that you need to ask yourself, like, why am I thinking this way? Because it would be coming from fear. Whatever that is coming from fear. And it's like it's clouding a little bit of your intuition here. Even though you're on the right path regardless, you might be either doubting this new beginning, or you might be kind of downplaying something that your intuition tells you. You know, it's like when our intuition tells us something, that's the truth, like, you know. And I think that there's just something that's like a sliver of still some doubt, or one particular area maybe that it's like your guides really want to step in to say in this reading that your intuition right now is the one to follow, like with everything. And that's going to mean different things for different people, and that they're actually connecting it back now to the Queen of Swords, because with the reference of kind of the unbuttoning of the shirt and the Queen of Swords and the thawing of the ice, it's like you're going actually from the Queen of Swords to the Queen of Wands. And in this particular reading, the Queen of Wands represents your intuition and the Queen of Swords is your ego and logic. And that actually makes sense now, because from the very beginning they were telling somebody here that the Queen of Swords part of you could be doubting the Queen of Wands you know, if that makes sense. And it's like when the Queen of Wands comes to life, it's passion, it's fire, it's the soul, the spirit, the spirituality, confidence, achievement, all these things. And the Queen of Swords in this case is coming up as someone who's maybe like a nagging voice in the background of self that is causing some unclear thinking at times, that it's not even, it's not real. Like, you know, you are in the right track. There's something here. We have the fire again. So strong emotion, passionate love or hate. It's kind of like the rocket, you know, again, there's something very passionate. And passion comes with both, you know, the fire can burn for good, and it also, if it's out of control, you know, it can hurt, it can harm, it can burn. So there's something about, let me get a few more here. What else do you want to talk about, Spirit? We have the eagle, triumph over obstacles and troubles. We have June that came out. So June could be when a lot of this begins to really, you know, come, because I feel like it's, for a lot of you, it's already starting, or it could be much sooner than June, but in the month of June could be something specific for somebody. Maybe that's when the rocket's taking off, I'm hearing. So maybe something in June is actually when like the project begins, or the relationship begins, or something happens here. Yeah, slowly but surely getting ahead. But this is not really slow to me. I mean, there is a lot of like fire and quick movement, but at the same time, they want you to know again that maybe your human self kind of in your ego can needs to move a little bit more slowly, but it's not slow, like as in a slow energy. It's more so saying that you've been getting here for a while and you're still on that path. Maybe wait a little bit to June if that's relevant for you, but what else? They're actually showing me that reference now again of the radio signal with the fire, that other people can intercept your signal. But I don't feel like it's something you should be like worried about or concerned about. It's just saying that like your signal is so strong, or is becoming so strong, that other people want that signal. So you may have to kind of like not take off the rocket, you know, tomorrow, because that could be too soon. You know, it's something, I don't know how else to really put it in words that makes sense, but there's something like that where you're becoming such a powerful person and soul, and like you're becoming such a powerful whatever you're doing and wherever you're going, that you can't just light a match and put the whole thing on fire right away. It has to be like a candle that grows slowly. We have increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So again, you know, with the Queen of Wands here, I'm really getting a strong message for, again, whoever this is, that you already know, if this reading is for you, you already know what I'm talking about, and you already know what you're supposed to do. You already know where you're going for the most part. You already know that, and you know what's coming in. Yes, your fear can kind of come in here too, but that's actually what could be holding you back. Like, for example, let's say that you want to open like a candle shop. You need to start making those actions now and not letting yourself think that, you know, I can't do this, or that my candles will never sell. That's coming from here. So there's something about like take action now. Start to light that fire now, even if it's something that still takes a little bit of time. It's like you have to become the Queen of Wands. It's the Queen of Wands wants to come out in you. We have changes in your life. Yeah, I mean, again, this is coming with a lot of like, there's a lot of, tell me a few more here, Spirit. It's hard to like explain this energy, but there's something with the moon where, of course, this is going to come with change, and the change is not always easy because it can, again, trigger people. It can be a lot of internal changes for you, which are emotional. Like your life is about to change, and that's not always easy to adjust to, even if it's a positive change, these are very positive changes. Yeah, so opportunities are waiting for you. And now I'm hearing that song, Higher Love by Whitney Houston. Bring me a higher love. Again, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. Great worry over nothing. This is too many, but well, I guess we'll take them. We have news is on the way, work, achievement, success, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So that's what we were seeing earlier, or part of what that Queen of Swords versus the Queen of Wands is. It's time to take action. It's time to not allow your life to ramble aimlessly, because when you do take these actions and all these things is the right time. So I'm just going to pull a card now for, I think I will just leave it for the extended because, you know, again, I don't like to make these way too long. So in the extended, I'm going to be taking a look here at just more specifics. We're going to go into the manifestation deck. We're going to get that other deck that has details on it. We're going to get, you know, just some more clarity here in terms of what these new beginnings are for you, because it feels like there's tons of them. What the aces are, like maybe we'll just see, let Spirit talk and say but basically that's just what's coming in. And then we'll kind of go from there. Like if it's a love situation, which I do feel there is something about love coming up as well. Although I think this is more about the focus of just like you as a whole, kind of, you know, and your soul and what it's attracting on various levels. But we'll see what comes up in love. And yeah, just go from there. But let's just close this off with one final card from this deck here. What is the final card for the viewers? What is the final advice that they need to know? And anything else? What is the final advice, or what they can take with them here from this reading the most? What is the final advice? We have the tent. So we have going camping, disconnect from situation, get back to basics, outdoor activities, minimalistic lifestyle, in between worlds, transitional phase. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I was saying earlier. And at the bottom, we have the ladybug. Yeah, so universe works in your favor. Good luck. This is your sign, on the right track. Things turn around. A yes. So I don't know if there's more to say about just like the advice. I think it's already really come up here that you're in a transitional phase, and I'm hearing don't let the bed bugs bite. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Maybe somebody says that before bed, but I think Spirit's kind of being funny too. Like the bed bugs could be the people that, and also your ego and kind of things that can like derail you or deter you from this beautiful path and these awesome things that are coming in. It could be that, like, I don't know why with the tent here, you know, like the bed bugs, or I don't know, but something about just don't let that kind of get to you. I'm hearing happy-go-lucky. So yeah, basically just the same thing here. Just keep going, keep looking forward, keep all these opportunities moving forward. Say yes, this is your sign. You're on the right track. We've seen that time and time again here. And basically just letting yourself kind of, if you need to take a little bit more time, or if you need to adjust to these things, if there's situations which are going to be shifting and changing in your life, of course that's going to happen. And it may have already been happening, but you're kind of worrying over nothing, because what's about to happen is all of these things.